I play Escape from Tarkov like this is my job, and I've reached a point where playing this game is not challenging enough. I'm a little stupid, so I decided to max out the difficulty. In short, we'll have no starting gear, no safe container, no scav runs, no flea market, no insurance, and of course, I'll be alone. Trust me, this was double the intensity, double the fear, and double the fun. I have to admit, Ground Zero is one of those maps that I'm totally not comfortable with. But because of Quest, I decided to start my journey of Zero to Hero from Ground Zero, and it was totally a bad idea. I instantly got pushed from the Scav army and had nowhere to go but to lobby. For my next raid, I decided to go Woods, which is one of the best maps for a Zero to Hero. I even got lucky enough to find 2 weapons. But FYI, just remember in patch 15, if a Scav has pulled out a nade, consider yourself dead. They have the best aim for throwing those things like they're just back from the Olympics. I had one souvenir from these 2 deaths, and that was this knife. And again somehow I found myself in the worst possible situation with nowhere to run and getting pushed by this big wave of scavs who were tagged and cursed on me. My only option was giving it all or go home. And I used every possible advantage I could get, using the walls as cover, aggroing one scav at a time for maximum survival, and headshotting. I took the scav head on with just a knife and survived. The battle was not over yet, there was a lot of scavs remaining. I was extremely low on health and suffering from a heavy bleed. I put all my efforts into searching for heals, and after a while, I got a Galogby. Fixed the heavy bleed, but I still needed more heals. Looked everywhere but didn't get lucky. And by the way, there was this AI2 which I'm so proud to unsee because that's just below our standards. I somehow made it out of woods, and at least we had a few guns now. Using these guns, I went to Shoreline to make some money. It was a boring loot run, but I did get a bit rich. It was time to get back to Ground Zero, the real hell of Tarkov. I got my first PvP action of the wipe on Ground Zero. Glad it was just a Timmy because I was just getting warmed up. This next PvP encounter made me a lot rich. I extracted with all the loot, and the next few raids were full of me dying to rats. Again and again. Sometimes it was the new sound system in Tarkov that got me killed. By the way, if you don't know, the sound is more realistic and you won't hear people walking until you're dead. You don't trust me? Listen to it yourself. I was down to my last gun. It was make it or go back to Zero to Hero. When I was going for my quest, a fight broke out. I knew he will have to come down at some point, since this was the only way in and out. My quest objective was above, and he was the only one standing between me and my quest. I did not want to take any unnecessary risk because I knew losing here would set me back by a lot. So I played it safe and patient, waited for the perfect opportunity, and soon I got my opportunity. And I did not miss. I completed all my Ground Zero tasks and moved on from this hell of a map for a very long time. Next I went to Woods to unlock Jaeger, and I easily killed any PMCs I saw. I also picked up the poster for unlocking Ref. It was time to go to Customs to plant this poster in Stronghold, and boy, that raid was something. This raid started just like any other raid. I kept looting and moving towards Stronghold. I was minding my own business when I ran into him. One of the hardest bosses in the game, and I dumped my full mag into Bird Eye, and he just ignored me like I was not worth his time. Lucky to be alive, I kept moving towards Stronghold to complete this quest because because this was my main priority. Dying here would mean starting this quest from scratch and going back to woods to get the poster again. The odds were totally not in my favor. Careful on every step, I made my way to Stronghold, and there Big Pipe was, standing between me and my objective. The only way I was killing him was with headshots, and I focused and made it happen. I got a gun upgrade and barely made it to Stronghold. Completed my quest, and now I wanted the rest of the loot from Bird Eye. But it was too open for me to loot yet. I had to clear the surroundings first, then I heard shots towards Stronghold and I had to put my plan on hold and I went to check it out. The two guys sitting inside took me by surprise, but I somehow managed to survive, defying all odds. I looted all three of them and went to check Bird Eye, who gave me the new pistol Desert Eagle, and a level 5 armor, which will be a game changer for me, as a kit like that on day 1 would make me immortal. Reaching the extract was a struggle in its own. No safe container means that I'm not carrying a surgery kit, and playing with a blackout body part does add depth to this challenge. This was an unforgettable experience, and if you think this was intense, then wait until you see what happened on day 2.